Hello everyone, I'm Renowned Zero, and today we're going to be taking a look at the censorship being praised by the website The Gamer of Ashley from Resident Evil 4 Remake, and claims the original game's panty shots encourage misogynistic behavior in real life, which is just a flat out lie. More people actually like the way Ada looks, myself included. And also, we like to look at beautiful women. Men like to look at beautiful women when they're playing games. Women, I'm pretty sure, like to look at beautiful women when they're playing games as well. So this is an outright lie, of course, provided with no evidence at all. But we're gonna give our commentary here today. This article comes to us from Bounding into Comics. The Gamer praises censorship of Ashley's outfit in Resident Evil 4 Remake, claims the original game's panty shots encourage misogynistic behavior in real life. The Gamer has claimed that censoring Ashley's outfit in Resident Evil 4 Remake is a good thing, as it could potentially prevent real-life misogyny. Again, present the proof. Please stop telling lies, because you're just lying, and y'all need to stop. The video game outlet has already produced four different articles praising that gamers could no longer upskirt Ashley. In the original Resident Evil 4, Ashley would berate Leon for it, including if it was only from Leon's perspective and not the game's camera. Yeah, that's I guess. The Gamer's James Troughton called those who got mad over the change idiots when reporting on censorship. No, we just want our games preserved. If you want to do a remake, we would like the game to stay intact, the way it always was meant to be played. And this is why most times the original is better than the remakes. A la Final Fantasy VII. The original Final Fantasy VII is better than the remake in every way possible, because it is a complete game. And Tifa was Tifa. She wasn't censored like she is in the remake. Same thing with Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VIII, the original, Renoa's not censored. Siren is not censored. They are both censored in the remaster. Author Stacey Henley defied Ashley's underwear in Resident Evil is not censorship. Yes, it is. And that angry gamers have bastardized the term censorship. No, it is censorship. You just don't like that people are pushing back against said censorship. Similarly, writer Jade wrote how Resident Evil 4 no longer sexualizing its women is a good thing. No, it's not. That's how you lose sales. People like the way these characters look. And if we're going to talk about anything when it comes to sexualizing a character, there are cosplayers that sexualize these characters. They make sexual versions of these characters, more sexual versions than what's presented in the game. And since the Ashley dotes on Leon like a wide-eyed, weirdly horny puppy in the original game, he's a dude. He's a masculine dude. Leon is a very masculine dude, unlike most modern men in real life. Comparatively, Ada Wong's form-fitting jumper and arguably chest-emphasizing harness is championed as incredible and practicable. This is followed by how female characters can look sexy, dominant, and powerful without falling victim to the male gaze or giving her confidence in service of sexualization. That is what women do, though. Women like to look sexy in what they wear. You can look sexy in things that supposedly approve the male gaze. It's like women like to look sexy in anything, and they like to show off their bodies when they're wearing stuff. Tessa Cure also attempted to convince readers that not being able to look up characters' skirts is a win. On the same day King's editorial was published, Cure asked, when will gamers stop feeling tired to creep shot female characters? Pretty much never, because we're men. We like to look at women's body parts. We like to look at women's body parts. It's a part of biology. It's a part of who we are. And there are women, I'm pretty sure women like to look at women's body parts as well, because women are hot. This is a fact. This isn't my opinion. I'm not sure why gamers feel the need to look up the skirts of animated female characters to get their rocks off. I'm pretty sure that's not what they do, but this is a sense of gaslighting that these weirdo journalists always tend to use as a shield against their bullshit criticism. Cure marks the reaction to remasters and remakes covering up the characters' panties, usually that this is woke PC bullshit or censorship and that they're taking a crucial part of the game's appeal away. Yes, they are. They literally are. They literally are. However, mods typically fix this when it comes to being on PC, which is probably what will end up happening with this game too. It's incredibly weird that people feel entitled to creep shot women and young girls in video games just because nobody really is getting hurt. This is a fact. No one's getting hurt over it, except for you pussies on the internet that work for these gaming websites. I generally believe that it's bad to look up skirts, both in games and in real life. She declared, okay, that's your opinion. Plain and simple, that's your opinion, and no one cares. No one has to care about your feelings or care about your opinion. Arguing that it is bad for game developers to include such mechanics. Well, you're not a game developer, so if you want a game that gets rid of things like that, make your own game. Simple. She also objected it being rewarded via achievements, as in Lollipop Chainsaw, Nier Automata, and Nier Replicant, the latter also in the Mining Kane's story and character arc. So, along with rejecting players needing to get an upskirt to get all the game's achievements, Kyle claims it's an indicator of a larger pattern of misogyny in gaming in that even when women are written well, they're sexualized and dehumanized. You as a player are rewarded for making a woman uncomfortable over and over again. Again, males are the dominant gender of the two genders in gaming. Women have inserted themselves more into gaming than ever before, sure, but y'all don't get to decide what men like to see in video games. When y'all try to enter our space, our hobby, and think you can own our hobby that we've loved since we were kids, just because now y'all want to enter this space when y'all didn't give a shit about this before. This is a behavior that I'm sure we all agree should be discouraged and not incentivized. No, you feel it shouldn't be. You should be discouraged, and you feel like it should be incentivized. Who the hell is we? We are not we. You are you. I am me, and I don't care. Let it all be there. I don't care. It's a video game. Shut up. What is added by giving the players the ability to do this, especially while adding in the express discomfort of the characters? Why do players want to do this at all? Because, again, we are men. We like to look at pussy and titties and ass. This is what we do. You're basically trying to say that we cannot be men. It's what we do. Implores. Yes, they're just characters, but it adds nothing to the games and instead reflects and potentially encourages misogynistic behavior in real life. Again, present the proof or shut the fuck up. Despite widely claiming sexual content in video games can cause misogyny, this was a disproven study in a 2022 study. So disproven in a 2022 study from the journal Computers and Human Behavior, specifically the study that found sexualization in games were neither related to well-being / body dissatisfaction or sexism or misogyny. I've been looking at beautiful women in video games for majority of my life and have never once done anything these people claim that a type of person like me would be doing. These games are created by men, and men make better games. The female characters are heavily sexualized for men. They're also sexualized for women because women, again, like to look at beautiful women in games and even in movies. And the discomfort is a gag for men. Cry, bitch. Cry about it more. Don't care. I'm glad that developers are starting to remove this item from remasters of old games, with Nier Automata and Nier Replicant Remaster came out relatively recently. Perhaps it's time for us to stop being weird when developers choose to stop unnecessary sexualizing their female characters, and be grateful that this is a pattern that's being stopped. No. You go ahead and be weird. You go ahead and be a weirdo. We like our women to be hot. We like to be able to look at our women be hot and heroic. Like Ada Wong. Ada Wong does her heroic stuff, quote unquote, because technically she's a villain. But we want her to look hot doing it. Vara Dark denounced the gamer's editorials in her YouTube video, opening with how game journalists love to support things that hurt the industry, like censorship. Along with advocating for creative freedom, Vara argues a remake, like Resident Evil 4, should be as close to the original as possible while being remade, and that any removal is going to upset people. She also disagrees that keeping the upskirt was purely so gamers could get their rocks off, quote unquote, as it is. Instead a form of appreciation and respect for the content developers put into the original game. If guys wanted to get their rocks off, you would think, corn is free, bro. Porn is free. I mean, there are plenty of websites out there that we could go to if we want to, quote unquote, get our rocks off. She further claimed Kiora didn't care, as she was willing to play a part in the destruction of this industry. Vara also defies Kiora's attempt to deceive readers by using the term young girls, almost implying they're underage when Ashley is 20. Yes, Leon is of age, Ashley is of age. And this is why people hate gaming journalism today and wish that they would all go away. This is despite King, Henley, and Charlton mentioning so in their articles. King claims, quote, the most dominant fan conversation surrounding her personality concerns her being a teenager in over her head. She's not a teenager. While Troughton declares she is teenage coded. Juliet from Lollipop Chainsaw is 18, while 2B from Nier Automata has the appearance of a young woman, but being an android is technically only a few years old. Vara challenges Kiora's lack of scientific citation on the claim that upskirts in video games will result in real-life misogyny, which is what I said. There's no proof of this. Deeming it just as flawed as journalists' past attempts to push the claim video game violence causes real-life violence. This is true. Sexual content in video games, in fictional games with fictional characters, does not cause misogyny, Vara proclaims. Looking up skirts is a comedic trope that's been in anime and Japanese video games for a long time, and they even admit that in the beginning of the article. No matter how hard these people try and pretend and convince you it's harmful, this isn't real life, and it isn't harmful to any real person. This is a quote from Vara in her video that I think is up here. I'll see if I can find it, and I'll link it in the description. Along with doubting its erasure and would prevent such incidents occurring in real life, Vara believes, quote, it's part of the larger plan to desexualize characters, which is part of the grand modern-day message. She notes a trend where remakes being censored are backed by publishers or developers, citing a need to update the game for, quote, modern audiences, as Resident Evil 4 VR did. Glad I didn't buy that garbage. Vara also took a similar swipe at Henley's article, brushing aside King's as merely reiterating Kiora's work. She opposes Henley's editorial, avowing once again then the change to censorship, and noting that the game being a remake does not justify it. She also mocks the gamer finding objecting to fan service over gore and violence and their demands for female empowerment, contradicted by Puritan desires to, quote, cover women. So, again, we're regressing back to times where women couldn't show off how good they looked, how sexy they looked, how beautiful they looked, for reasons of quote-unquote misogyny that doesn't exist. This idea that looking at women in games is somehow going to bring that attitude of misogyny into the real world, acting the same way they do in a fictional world, in a fictional game with fictional characters. So no, the gamer, you are legitimately propaganda bullshit, talking about how this is not censorship when it clearly is, and you don't like the fact that real gamers that actually enjoy games by Japanese companies like Capcom refuse to bend the knee to your bullshit and to your idea that women cannot be sexy and powerful in video games. That's what you don't like. And you know what? You can go fuck yourself. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate it. If you did like the video, hit the like button. Comment below what you feel about all this. Subscribe for more content. Hit the bell for notifications. Set it to all that we get notifications anytime I post a new video. And I will see you all on the next one. Peace.